This one is the Triple Crown car, meaning it's won Bloomington Gold, NCRS, and another award. So yeah, it's got all the awards. It's been shown around for years. On Dimags, driver tires on it. This one's all stock. There's a Wonder Bar, kind of see a stock one there, how small that is. Where the big restriction is on these cars, that airflow intake. The air comes in from the air cleaner, goes to here through the mass airflow, goes into this here, goes through that piece of frame section right here called the Wonder Bar. And down low there's two outputs that go straight to the turbos. Turbos spool up, throw the air up here. So those are your restrictive stock parts on your Callaway. This isn't all, you know, Bible car here. Very nice car, very nice shape. And it's just to tell the difference between two Callaways is if you take this one and race it against the 89, my 89, you would literally put, I don't know, 12 bus links on this thing in a quarter mile, maybe more. It's not even close to the same. They're like two totally different cars. That's on because I just had the battery unhooked. Running the air, R12. This is a 4+3 car. The 89's a FX3, or excuse me, ZF 6-speed car with there's a suspension knob down here. Same dash, little different seats. It's kind of that, but been running it a while. Trying to get the oil temperature up on it. It's an 88, so it has the straight up radiator, which in the Callaway system is good. Here's a 90. And this is a real nice one of these, oh, I can't remember what they call them, the golf cars for whatever the PGA was, with every option. It's just a FX3 loaded out car with every option you could get. We've kept this one for years. This is I call it the one owner, the one everyone's owned. I bought it, sold it to a friend of mine. He sold it to another friend of mine. Got it back, and my employee, my right-hand guy, Brent, owns it now. That's his car, but it's real nice. We've got the Ford injectors in it. You hear they're a little noisy, but it had Multex. And, well, this car runs really, really, I mean, just nice for a stock car. Just nothing modified, nothing extraordinary, but good running car. Headlight motor redo. I got all these cars. I've redone the headlight motors in them. I just do the bushings. I don't change the motors. They don't go out. Those plastic bushings go bad. I put in 10mm stainless steel nuts in there out of those bushings. If I ever do a video or do another one of those soon, I'll show that, because that's a lot of work just for those. But back to this one. This is the fast one here. So you can see the differences of that. And you can see the bigger system here, which goes way more in depth, real wide. Hard to see, but yeah, that's the difference in those things. They call it the Wonder Bar, but nevertheless, it's that. And so what that allows you, once you get that air, because you can take a Callaway and you boost the turbos up, but they're going to starve for air, and that's where your weak link is. But the way you boost the turbos up, there's no turbo computer, there's no, you know, it's all just done with mechanical screws on the wastegates. And when you do that Wonder Bar, you change the springs on the turbos. You basically put some different weight springs in there. It allows you to adjust for more boost, or you can go back to completely stock boost if you wanted to also, whatever you want to do. But basically, in order to get those things right, you just kind of match the screws up on the wastegate. Since there's twin, you're not really feeding one bank more than the other, because since they join right here anyway, so it's one turbo is boosting a little bit more than the other, which is not a great idea, but you know, it's not going to hurt anything. So it's not a scientific perfect thing. Like I said, there's no real computer control anything on the turbos on these, other than the micro fueler, which is a completely standalone separate unit under the dash with a vacuum hose going to it to ignite those injectors. That's it. So, we have two more Callaways that aren't at the building right now. This looks like a Callaway, but it's a ZR1. And it's not it has the Dimag wheels. Those are actually from Tommy Morrison. I don't know if I've mentioned that to people before. Those are the big ones. Those are one of I think 5 sets were done for the EDS cars, and I ended up obtaining those from Tommy Morrison. Pick a year, 92, 3, 4, something like that. And I had to buy one of his cars to get the wheels, and basically took them off his car, restored the wheels, and sold his car because it wasn't in that nice a shape. I mean, this is a real nice shaped car. This is, out of all my C4s, this is my favorite one. 90 ZR1. It runs good. It's agile. It's fast enough, and it's reliable, and it's just a beautiful all-around car. Not the world's fastest. Certainly not the world's slowest. It's got a, mild mods, the exhaust, which is a catback system that I built, copied the Desert Development, which I have on another ZR1, the actual one. I built it on exactly like it. And I think I did a better job than they did, but that's just my opinion. Looks nicer anyway. And of course the open element air cleaner, Doug Rippey chip in there. And I think we got a thermostat, and that's it. There's really no mods to this car. Oh, 410 gears, yep. So 409 gears actually. And that's a hit and miss thing. Back to more C4s, the supercharged car. That's the Paxton supercharged one here with all the stuff. There's lots of extensive knowledge on that on the internet. So just kind of running through the C4s again while we're running here today. This car is just in phenomenal shape also. And then this is a brand new 87. I've shown this one around before. When I say brand new, that's what one of these engines look like. This nobody's ever touched. This is a true virgin car. Nothing has been touched on this car. Zero. This car's got about 700-800 miles on it, and so this is kind of when I lose my place with TPI and don't know where things are supposed to be. Well, this is where I go, because it's right here. And it's a really nice car. It's just a automatic convertible with a Z52 suspension, and so it's nothing super rare. It's just brand new. You can see how little it's used. Even got the ink still on the dryer. So usually in Texas, run the air condition 4 or 5 times, that melts off. V12s. Oh yeah, this is the kind of the most rare C4 in here. Well, Callaways are just as rare, but this is one of 6 cars here with the 95 black red interior, brand new. So yeah. That one's got its own thing too. I haven't really put this car, it's not even my website, because I just kind of keep it hidden, because every time I show it off, people want to buy it, and I'm like, I don't want to sell it. Like, well, I'll keep it for a while. So, but that one has the underneath the video link and all that stuff, so you can see how well it is, and things like that. supercharged cars, turbocharged cars, stock driver class cars, brand new C4 cars, and this is just part of them. I have like 6 of them at the house still, which include 2 more Callaways, a brand new 90 ZR1, another real rare car, a 92 FX3 6-speed convertible that is a red car with a white interior in every option, and that's a beautiful car. And that is technically by the not this one, but the red one that I'm talking about is one of one. So its numbers break down to that, and it's got maybe 700, 800 miles on it. So this car's been running for a while. Yeah, we got our oil temperature up to 170. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this thing down and rev it up a couple times here. All right, shut that down. I'm gonna turn the battery off. This one got a battery switch on it. That one. We'll shut the 90 car down here. The noise before injector. So these are real good replacements. I like the way these cars run with these injectors. I mean, adds a real crisp to it. And I would say it gives the car actually more power. It definitely gives more response. But the downside is they are a little noisy. This car has a totally complete stock exhaust system on it, so if you had something that had some buffers or anything on it like that, yeah, you wouldn't probably hear them. But so this is a pretty car. This car gets a lot of love when it goes out. That's my guy's car here. Our fuel truck, which as of today's date, when we did this, I think we've seen the fuel prices drop to a couple-year low. So this is getting ready to go up and pick up some ethanol, non-ethanol fuel. We load this thing up. It's got 2 80-gallon tanks on it, and this 140-gallon tank on the back. So, and it's about empty now. And this is what all of these cars are fueled by, non-ethanol. And this Phillips 66 brand, which is refined in Ponca, Oklahoma, is non-ethanol fuel. So we're getting it ready for a trip. You can see it's a little light in the back. It's sitting up some. Usually this thing's laden down with several thousand pounds of fuel on it. So none of these cars ever hit a gas station. It's all done through this one truck here. And we use the truck for other things too, the big trailers and things like that. But it's a gas truck, so the gas tanks share the same fuel that pumps into the big tank that goes into the gas pump here, which is a fill right with a filter on it, and that is where we put gas in our cars. So all these cars in here, we store nothing with ethanol fuel in them because it will just damage them. And Texas is predominantly ethanol fuel. I say it's 100% ethanol fuel, but there are a few stations now that do sell it locally. Buc-ee's is one of them. It's more money. Where we go is actually in Oklahoma, which is 62 miles from here. So Oklahoma's not super far. And we buy it from the Indian reservation because they don't have to follow all the federal mandates. How about that? And the price of non-ethanol fuel there is about the same as the fuel here that's got ethanol in it. So, but that's it for now. There's kind of a few cars running C4s for the day, and that one's back. We're curious to drive this one. Haven't driven it yet, so we have to get some gas because it's kind of low on fuel to put in there. This one I have to mix some race fuel into it, see how it runs. It always run good, but the newer injectors will just make it drive a little bit better. So that's it. Thanks for watching.